Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the most unusual tarot reading on the internet, or I guess any place now I'm thinking about it. I've done tarot for over 20 years, and I decided a couple of things. One, I decided after 20 years that tarot really does not help with predicting because that's not its job. Tarot is the science of potential, your potential to manifest, to create pictures, stories, images, even feelings in your own imagination. That's what the whole thing is about. And the better you do that, the more control you have over your life. I think that there is such a thing as fate. The reason I believe that is because of my 50 years of work in astrology and numerology. You can pretty much map out in a general way, very specific, accurate, but general, somebody's life the moment they're born. It's almost like you get some sort of a cosmic imprint on your frequency. That's why you're different if you had brothers, sisters. That's why you're different from them. You guys are raised in the same house. Why the hell aren't you the same? You're not. Everybody's different. Because we come here for different purposes, different reasons. We have different life paths. And so I think there is such a thing as fate. The astrology, the numerology, the science of cycles indicate that. Tarot, on the other hand, doesn't. It says, what is your potential? In this given situation, in this given moment, what is your potential? And then it's up to you to manifest, good, bad, or indifferently. Most of us manifest very well, but negatively. I don't want this, I don't want them, him, her, I don't, and you get a lot of I don't, and then you wonder why, what the hell's going on? Why can't I manifest? Well, you're manifesting. I do the same thing. You know, we're always looking for the trouble. We're always looking for something negative. And then we're disappointed when we get negative. Well, that's what we've been asking for. So the idea here is to turn your manifesting ability into kryptonite. Something that you can use to make your life better. Remember, you got your destiny. Not everybody's meant to be a doctor. Not everybody's meant to be rich or famous or beautiful or any of that stuff. Everybody comes here with a different purpose. And I think it's essential for your well-being mentally, spiritually, and even physically to figure out what you are here to do and then to be the best you can at that era. And I think that's where a lot of disappointment comes in because of all the bullshit we're sold, all the propaganda. Well, you can be anything you want to be. No, you can't. Everybody has a different direction, a different role, a different destiny. And again, that's the reason for the astrology and numerology that I've done for over 50 years. But again, I have done tarot for over 20. It is a great indicator of the kryptonite that each one of us have to manifest a better life within our fate. That's the big one. And so the message today is you're getting ready, all of us are getting ready for a new chapter. Is it going to be a good chapter, bad chapter? Well, to an extent, obviously it depends on the fate. Everybody's going to go through this thing differently, but in mass, in group, as a species, looks like it's going to be pretty difficult. But then any birth is, and that's really where we are. We're at the new life point of a very important period. I'll get to that in a moment. But the key here now is to take what we have. Fate has set the table for us. Now we have the meal. I want you to manifest. I want that kryptonite muscle to be strong in you. I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you. But I do it in a different way. It's not rainbows and lollipops. It's right now, the planet is going through a horrendous transition. Not to be surprised by it, because the The general numerology says we're in a 9 universal year. That means endings, getting ready for beginnings. And Chinese astrology is the year of the snake. What do snakes do periodically? Shed their skin. That's what we're doing. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. But given that element of fate, I want you to manifest from your spirit, because that's always going to be best for you. So to help you with that, I don't just talk tarot. Tarot, again, the power of potential, but I also bring in the astrology, numerology, because they're the power of cycles. But it's not simple. It's cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles, and I'll get to one of those cycles coming up in just a moment. But the whole idea here in this reading today is you have a chance for a new life, a new chapter. Will it be good or bad? I don't know. You can probably, with positive manifesting, make it better. And with negative manifesting, maybe make it worse. I don't know. We are here. I want you to manifest to the best. And that's why we go across the board. Tarot, astrology, numerology. I want you to get the whole thing. So let's begin first with the astrology, the karmic deja vu, the astrologic. I said that astrology, and to a little bit of a lesser extent, numerology, the science of cycles. We're in a cycle. Right now, Pluto is about where it was 250 years ago when America started. Just after the Declaration of Independence, the war began. And, you know, for people who have this glorified idea of what the American Revolution was all about, you see what we're going through right now? Yeah. It's the same thing they went through. There were people who didn't want to leave, wanted to stay with Britain. There were people who wanted to leave. There were people who wanted to be left alone. It was a mishmash. And to put together the 13 colonies was a huge effort. But I think they did a pretty good job. Perfect? No. But a pretty damn good job? Yeah, I think they did. And so it takes 250 years for Pluto to go all the way around the solar system. So halfway through that, Pluto was opposite on the wheel of where it was at the Declaration of Independence. That's significant. Oppositions are always significant because they are like a new chapter. They give you perspective. And Pluto, the master of evolution, was at its halfway point in that 250-year cycle in 1905. 1905, coincidentally, was the time when the American businesses declared war on Americans. They literally declared war. You had Rockefeller changing the school system. You had the drug companies starting to form. You see how medicine under the control of Rockefeller changed from actually healing you to now stealing from you with all kinds of lotions and potions and making you think they're doing something. And if you look at the history of modern medicine, you know that's not true. And there were so many other changes. In fact, right around that time, we created the Fed, which has been a constant cancerous sore on our economic system, controlled by the rich. So people making noise today, people bitching today about, well, it's white or black, it's men or women. You're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole point. Have I made myself clear? You're missing the whole point. It's the rich doing what they've always done, making sure that the poor person stays poor. In America, that cycle went into high gear. Had been already going along, but went into high gear right around the year 1905, the halfway point in the 250-year cycle that has just come to an end. And you see where we stand. Big, important stuff, and it's going to take a while for us to work it through, and it ain't going to be easy. So that's the astrology portion. That's the numerology stuff. Let's see if we can't clear in on a little tarot. This is the way it's going to be laid out for you. We got the little messages, 3 cards, just so that you understand what we have going for you. Let's begin. Alrighty, we begin with the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups are interesting because the 9 of Cups, of course are whatever we're connected to emotionally, okay? And 9 of Cups says, I can see my dream. I can see it. I can almost touch it and taste it, smell it. But I don't have it yet. But boy, is it close. And that's what is kind of leading us all on. We should be able to put it together again as a country. We just can't seem to do it, just like they did in the American Revolution. We didn't have people agreeing at all. It was very messy. It was like making sausage. So from the Nine of Cups, we move to the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is possessing. What was your heart's desire? Well, we're kind of working in that direction, but we're still not there. We'll call the 9 and 10 of Cups together pregnant possibilities. That's what we're going for. A more perfect union, I believe the framers of the Constitution said. That's what we're going for. We're a long ways. We're just in the birthing process, a new life. And that's why I want you to manifest right from the Spirit. Final card is the Lover's card. Lover's card in this case talks about union, talks about choices, talks about harmony. Take a look at the country. We're nowhere near anything like that. And the rumor mill says that in just a day or two, on the 14th, there's going to be all kinds of civil stuff breaking out. And the reason is the rich people are paying for it to be done. I just read 2 stories yesterday, another one today, that apparently George Soros, his son, is paying people, badasses, I think is the way they describe them, $1,200 a week to set them up in these cities and create chaos. Why chaos? Because when we're divided, the rich people win. Because you're looking at putting out these little fires, which they say on October 14th will spread across the country. It is not organic. It is being paid for by the people who are trying to hold us down. So union, our choices, harmony, 9 and 10 of Cups, all of this is, please, I want some peace. Please, I want some connection. That's the new chapter. And the only way that we're going to get there is if we can all manifest from the Spirit. So that's it for this time around. Thank you very much. Again, all we get is time and choices. Please choose wisely. So between now and the next time you and I get together, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Man, I'm telling you, the internet groups are getting dirty in terms of how they can just... I was reading something yesterday on, I'm not going to mention which platform, but all of a sudden something popped up, said something about prohibited material, and then it disappeared, and I couldn't go back to the site. So the only antidote is for you to like and subscribe. Please. I'll be with you tomorrow. If you're here, I'm always here every single day. Help you to manifest tarot together. Blessings.